26 years. That's how long the Philippines has been waiting for a women's tennis singles gold at the SEA Games. And on December 9th, all of that pressure lands on the shoulders of one 20-year-old girl who left home at 12 years old to chase an impossible dream. Alex Eala isn't just competing in Thailand. She's carrying the weight of 115 million Filipinos on her back. And what happens next could either make her the hero her country has been desperately waiting for, or break her in ways that nobody's prepared to witness. A 4-year-old girl in Quezon City, Manila, holding a tennis racket almost as big as she is. Her grandfather arrives at Valle Verde Country Club hours before school lets out, just to secure the only hard court available. Every single day after school, little Alex would train on that court while other kids her age were playing with toys. Her grandfather was tough, real tough, the kind of old-school coach who believed in discipline over comfort, who pushed you until you either quit or became unbreakable. Alex never quit. She credits him with building the mental toughness that would later help her stare down Grand Slam champions without flinching. That grandfather wasn't just teaching her tennis, he was preparing her for a life where the entire Philippines would one day depend on her shoulders. By the time Alex was 12, she'd already won Les Petits As in France, one of the most prestigious junior tournaments in the world. That's when the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain reached out. Imagine being 12 years old and your parents tell you you're moving to a foreign country, alone, to train at an elite academy where you don't know anyone. Most kids would break down. Alex packed her bags. Her older brother Miko came with her initially, which helped ease the transition, but eventually she was on her own, living in dorms thousands of miles from home, missing birthdays, holidays, her mother's cooking, the sound of Tagalog being spoken around her. All for tennis. All for a dream that most people would have called delusional. Her parents, Mike and Riza, a former SEA Games swimmer herself, made an impossible choice. They sent their teenage daughter away because they believed in her more than they believed in playing it safe. That kind of sacrifice doesn't just build tennis players, it builds warriors. At the academy, Alex wasn't just training with any coaches. She was learning from Tony Nadal, Rafael Nadal's uncle, and the architect behind one of tennis's greatest minds. She graduated in 2023, and Iga Swiatek, who would later become world number 1, attended her graduation ceremony. Rafael Nadal himself was there, congratulating her publicly. But here's the thing nobody talks about. Behind all that prestige and recognition, Alex was lonely, homesick, dealing with the pressure of being the only Filipino at an elite European academy. Watching her friends back home live normal teenage lives while she was grinding on practice courts until her hands bled. She's admitted in interviews that it was tough, that there were days she questioned everything. But she never quit. She couldn't. Too many people were counting on her, and she knew it even then. Fast forward to 2025, and Alex's breakthrough year has been nothing short of miraculous. She started the year ranked 158th in the world. By March, she was in Miami destroying the competition. Madison Keys, the reigning Australian Open champion and world number 5, went down 6-4, 6-2. Then came the match that changed everything. Iga Swiatek, the 5-time Grand Slam champion and world number 2, the same person who stood next to Alex at her graduation, Alex broke her serve 8 times and won in straight sets. 8 times? Do you understand how insane that is? Swiatek is one of the most dominant players in women's tennis, and Alex dismantled her like she was a practice partner. After the match, Alex cried. Not the tears of someone celebrating a win, but the tears of someone who'd carried an impossible burden for years, and finally proved to herself that she belonged. Rafael Nadal personally messaged her for the first time ever. She didn't even see it at first because her phone was exploding with notifications from the entire Philippines losing their minds. That Miami run launched her from 158th to world number 50. She became the highest-ranked Filipino player in history, male or female. She won her first WTA 125 title in Guadalajara. She scored her first US Open main draw victory. Everything was clicking. Her left-handed aggressive baseline game, the way she stands close to the line and takes the ball early, her signature down-the-line forehand that opponents can't react to in time. All of it coming together. But with success came something Alex had never experienced before. Massive, suffocating expectations. The Philippine Olympic Committee named her the flag bearer for the 2025 SEA Games. It's an honor, sure, but it's also a target painted on her back in neon lights. Every opponent she faces will be gunning for her. Every journalist in Southeast Asia will be analyzing her every move. Every Filipino back home will be watching, praying, begging her to deliver the gold medal they've been waiting 26 years to see. And Alex, she's still just a 20-year-old kid who gets homesick, who binge-watches Friends and Brooklyn Nine-Nine when she has free time, who loves fashion and dressing up, but would rather be playing tennis than doing literally anything else. Let's be real about what she's walking into. That 26-year drought isn't just a statistic. It's a curse that's haunted Philippine women's tennis since Maricruz Fernandez won gold in 1999. Every talented player since then has failed. Crashes in the finals, early exits, injuries at the worst possible time. Bronze medals that feel like failures because gold was the only thing that mattered. The country has tried everything to break this curse, sent players overseas for training, hired international coaches, built better facilities. None of it worked. And now they're looking at Alex like she's the chosen one who'll finally end the nightmare. That's not fair. That's not reasonable. But when has fairness ever mattered when a nation's pride is on the line? The competition isn't going to make this any easier. Indonesia's Janice Chen, ranked world number 53, just 3 spots below Alex, will be playing with her own country's dreams on her shoulders. Thailand's best players will have home court advantage and won't hesitate to use every bit of crowd support to rattle Alex. Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, all of them are sending their absolute best. This isn't a coronation. This is a battlefield where one bad day, one mental lapse, one unlucky bounce could end everything. And unlike professional tournaments where you can lose and move on to the next event, this is it. One shot, no second chances, no do-overs. But what really keeps people awake at night is something nobody wants to say out loud. What if the pressure cracks her? We've seen it happen to young stars before. Emma Raducanu won the US Open at 19 and hasn't been the same since, struggling with injuries and inconsistent results under crushing expectations. Naomi Osaka, one of the greatest players of this generation, had to step away from tennis multiple times to protect her mental health from the suffocating pressure. Mira Andreeva, once hailed as the next Sharapova, had an emotional breakdown on court in Wuhan, weeping and throwing her racket, while cameras captured every second. These are cautionary tales that haunt every conversation about young athletes carrying massive expectations. Alex has already shown warning signs. After her incredible Miami performance, her results became wildly inconsistent. Some brilliant victories followed by shocking losses to players she should have beaten. Is that just normal development for a young player finding her way on tour? Or is it a sign that the mental pressure is already starting to chip away at her focus? She's talked about the balance between being confident and staying humble, about pumping yourself up when things go badly and keeping your feet on the ground when things go well. That's mature wisdom for someone so young. But wisdom and execution are two different things. Knowing what you need to do mentally and actually doing it when 115 million people are watching are completely different realities. But here's what makes Alex different from so many other young stars who've buckled under pressure. She's been preparing for this her entire life. That tough grandfather who made her train on hard courts for hours every day as a kid, those 7 years away from home at the Nadal Academy, learning not just tennis technique but mental fortitude from people who've been through the absolute highest levels of competition. Her mother, Riza, the former SE Games swimmer who understands pressure and sacrifice at an Olympic level. Her father, Mike, the steady, calming presence who's always there in the stands, not saying much, but providing that rock-solid emotional support she needs. Her coach, Joan Bosch, and the entire team that's helped her navigate the professional tour. All of that has been building toward December 9th, 2025. Alex isn't going to Thailand as some unprepared kid who got lucky in Miami. She's going as a warrior who's been molded by sacrifice, loneliness, and relentless hard work since she was 4 years old. She's going with the mental toughness her grandfather instilled in her, the technical precision the Nadal Academy drilled into her, and the emotional maturity her parents modeled for her. She's going with the experience of staring down Iga Swiatek, Madison Keys, and Jelena Ostapenko and refusing to blink. She's going with the knowledge that she's already made history multiple times and survived the pressure every single time.